Well guys, it was bound to happen. You see, what we have here are two challenger brands that seek to dethrone the Toyota Vios as the value subcompact sedan king. However, which of these two brought the bigger guns? Is it the veteran, the MG5 Alpha? Or is it the newest contender, the Geely Emgrand Premium? Well guys, we're here to find out. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome to another Car Comparo. If you're new to my channel, I want you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Filipino automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But first, click that like button. Also, special thanks to Geely Fairview for providing the Geely Emgrand Premium and to MG Philippines for lending me the MG5 Alpha. Now this has got to be one of the most exciting times in the value subcompact sedan space because not only do we have updated models from mainstream brands, but we also have an awesome lineup of vehicles coming from up-and-coming Chinese car companies. Now, just like my previous car comparos, we are going to assess these two contenders according to the following categories that you are now seeing on your screen. So guys, which of these two shall reign supreme in this Reagan's Rides Comparo? Well, it's time for us to find out. Let's begin. Rico suave?
Turn it up. Let's go.
The MG5 Alpha has been around the country for 3 years already and has provided Filipinos with a solid value for money option in the subcompact sedan space. Now for only 938,888 Philippine pesos, this top spec MG5 Alpha comes fully loaded. However guys, the Emgrand Premium here also arrived with a good level of kit and a lower asking price. You see, at only 908,000 Philippine pesos, this Emgrand Premium undercuts the MG5 Alpha when it comes to retail price. Now, I also have a feeling that this Emgrand Premium isn't even the highest trim or variant that we can get here in the Philippines because there is a chance that the higher trim Emgrand Sport might make its way into the country. Still guys, as it lies, since the Emgrand Premium is lower when it comes to retail price, then it takes 5 points, while the MG5 Alpha takes 4 points in the price category.
Turn it up. Let's go.
The MG5 Alpha has been in the Philippines since 2019, and for a 3-year-old vehicle, this has aged quite gracefully. Now it has larger proportions than most other subcompact, well, value subcompact sedans in the category, giving it more road presence. However, this MG5 Alpha is a tad bit smaller than the Geely Emgrand Premium, and it also has smaller 16-inch alloy wheels. Now its front fascia is also on the conservative side, although it does get full LED lighting units. Now the rear end of the MG5 Alpha is also a bit bland, especially when you compare it to the Geely Emgrand. So because of all this guys, well, the MG5 Alpha here can only take 4 points in the looks category. The local Geely Emgrand Premium still doesn't get the facelift that we first saw in China, although this look is edgier and more eye-catching than the MG5 Alpha. You see, it gets Geely's premium front grille design here, as well as full LED lighting units. Now, the Emgrand Premium also comes with a bit bigger alloy wheels at 17 inches, plus it has a more distinctive rear end because of its LED light show. Now, the Emgrand Premium is also a little bit bigger than the MG5 Alpha, so it has a bit more road presence versus its contender. Now, because of all of these design cues and bits, well, the Geely Emgrand Premium takes 5 points in the looks category.
Turn it up. Let's go.
The MG5 Alpha's cabin theme is all business, mixing black with silver trim. Now, if this cabin goes against, let's say, the cabins of other value subcompact sedans from Japanese car makers, then this cabin space is quite impressive, guys. I mean, it gets black leather seats here, it has a leather wrap steering wheel, plus it also has stitched leather padding in all of the high traffic areas like the middle dashboard, the door cards, and even the center armrest here. Now, there are also splashes of hard plastics in this cabin, which is already expected in this value subcompact sedan space. However, guys, when you compare it against the Geely Emgrand, well, this cabin is not as grand as the Geely Emgrand. So because of that, guys, well, the MG5 Alpha's cabin can only take 4 points in the cabin materials category. The Geely Emgrand Premium's cabin is, as the name implies, Emgrand. You see, this has a mix of playful color tones from blues to off-whites that give it a really youthful and premium vibe. Now, guys, this is an awesome strategy on Geely's part because usually the people who are shopping in the value subcompact sedan space are those from the younger generation, so this color scheme will definitely appeal to them. Now, just like the MG5 Alpha, we get a good bunch of premium cabin materials here, from the off-white and blue combination leather seats to the leather wrap steering wheel, and all of the high traffic areas have been leather wrapped. However, the Geely Emgrand Premium gets a 1-up because we do get a blue stitched leather wrap top dashboard here, as well as this off-white middle dashboard that's also wrapped in off-white leather. The inserts of your door cards and of course your elbow rests are all padded in premium soft touch materials. Now, guys, since this Geely Emgrand Premium's cabin has a more upscale and more expensive feel to it, then it takes 5 points in the cabin materials category.
Turn it up. Let's go.
The MG5 Alpha may be the older vehicle in this car Comparo, but it is chock full of tech and safety features. You see, it gets a larger 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system here that comes equipped with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the image of a 360-degree view camera. Now, this 360-degree view camera even comes with 3D mode. Now, guys, as for the safety bits, this MG5 Alpha can also keep up with the newer Geely Emgrand Premium. As you can see on your screen, this MG5 Alpha has the same amount of safety bits here, except it doesn't get like hill hold assist, although it does come back with an actual cruise control function. So because this MG5 Alpha has a good amount of tech and safety features, it takes 5 points in the tech and safety category. The Geely Emgrand Premium may be the newer vehicle in this Comparo, but it falls short when it comes to its tech features. You see, it only makes do with an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system here, which still doesn't have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I mean, just like all the other Geely vehicles available in the Philippines, we still don't get those third-party apps and instead still have to make use of smartphone mirroring. Now, when it comes to the camera system here, guys, well, the Geely Emgrand Premium also only has a reverse camera image instead of the 360-degree view camera image found in the MG5 Alpha. Now, as for the safety bits of this vehicle, as you can see on your screen, it has practically the same level of safety features that's found in its competitor. So, because we still get a smaller screen here and we still don't get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto plus only a reverse camera, then this Geely Emgrand Premium can only do 3 points in the tech and safety category. Now, some of you there might argue with me and say, why so low? Why not 4 points? Well, duh, guys. We always use the infotainment system. That's why Apple CarPlay and Android Auto always carries a big weight in my book.
Turn up. Let's go.
The Geely Emgrand Premium is slightly larger than the MG5 Alpha, and that translates to a little bit more backseat space here. We also get more rear seat amenities because we've got a couple of rear AC vents here and a solo USB charging port. Now, as for the trunk, well, the Geely Emgrand Premium doesn't get a trunk lid opener here, so you'll have to use a key fob to access the back, or just stand for a few seconds with the key fob here and the trunk lid will automatically open itself for you. Well, that's pretty nifty, guys. Now that you have the trunk space open here, you get a slightly lesser 500 liters of cargo capacity, although the Geely Emgrand Premium's back seat can split fold, which is very useful, especially when you're transporting longer or larger items. So because the Geely Emgrand Premium has like better rear seat amenities and that nifty auto opening trunk lid and that split fold rear seat, well, it takes 5 points in the space category. The MG5's back seat is the same size and space as the Geely Emgrand Premium, although this MG5 Alpha doesn't get the rear AC vents that the Geely Emgrand Premium has. So that means that the backseat passengers of the MG5 Alpha will be a little bit more uncomfortable or warmer than the passengers of the Geely Emgrand Premium. As for the trunk space, well, the MG5 Alpha gets a slightly larger 512 liters of trunk capacity here versus the 500 liters of the Geely Emgrand Premium. However, the MG5 Alpha's back seat doesn't split fold, it just unifolds. It folds, but as a whole. So yeah, that kind of lowers its practicality index. So because it doesn't have a split folding back seats, plus it doesn't have rear AC vents, well, the MG5 Alpha can only take 4 points in the space and practicality category.
Turn up. Let's go.
You know what, guys? I'm quite used to Geely's lording it over in the performance category. So imagine my surprise when this Geely Emgrand Premium came out and it's only equipped with a middle-of-the-road engine and transmission combo. In fact, this thing is down on power when you compare it to the MG5 Alpha, which is the older vehicle in this comparison. I mean, we still get the same engine displacement here at 1.5 liters and we still have the same 4-cylinder gasoline motor, but this Geely Emgrand Premium can only muster 102 horsepower. Now this Emgrand is also equipped with the CVT, and the response is pretty good. Although the low-end response is not as beefy as the one I've experienced in the MG5 Alpha. The steering feel of the Emgrand Premium is also much lighter than the MG5, and yeah, the steering response is quite sharp. Although, yeah, it's not as sporty sharp as, let's say, the Geely Coolray or even its contender in this Comparo. So, because of all of these factors, guys, well, the Geely Emgrand Premium can only muster 4 points in the driving category. The MG5 Alpha is equipped with a more potent 1.5-liter 4-cylinder gasoline motor here that pumps out 113 horsepower. In fact, this MG5 Alpha is the second most powerful vehicle in its class, trailing only the all-new Honda City when it comes to horsepower output. Now, this vehicle is also equipped with a CVT transmission similar to the Geely Emgrand Premium, although the CVT tuning of this MG5 Alpha is spot on. I get a good amount of low-end grunt, low-end torque, which is especially useful in city driving. Now, what surprised me here, guys, is the steering feel. You see, I've tested other MG vehicles in the past, mostly their crossovers, and I'm not really too fond of the steering feel of those vehicles, but this MG5 Alpha has a pretty good level of steering tuning. See, we have a good amount of heft here, guys, and when it comes to the steering response, see, it's quite responsive, and we also have a pretty sharp steering ratio. So because of all of these driving bits, this MG Alpha gave me a more engaging and a slightly more powerful drive. So because of that, guys, well, this vehicle deserves 5 points in the drive category.
Turn up. Let's go.
I knew it would be a tight match. You see, guys, the newcomer here, the Geely Emgrand Premium, managed to edge out by 1 point the veteran, which is the MG5 Alpha. You see, the Geely Emgrand Premium offers better cabin materials and overall good looks for a lesser asking price. However, if you're the type of person who prefers to have like more tech in their vehicles as well as a more engaging and powerful drive, then the MG5 Alpha here is the vehicle for you. Now guys, no matter which of these two cars you go for, know this. You, my friends, are already looking at the future of the value subcompact sedan space in the Philippines. You see, both of these cars offer a lot more for a whole lot less. Thanks for watching.